Welcome to another episode of J Inclusive. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and set your notifications on so you are alerted every time I upload. The following video presents information sourced exclusively from news articles, court documents, and social media. I maintain no affiliations with any parties involved. 24-year-old Sam Nordquist was born in Red Wing, Minnesota. Growing up in a single-parent home, the biracial trans man was close with his two siblings and his mother.
We were really close. We used to get in the vehicle, go driving around and dream and look at these rich houses. That was our thing.
After graduating from Red Wing High School, Sam, who had a passion for helping others, worked at a group home for disabled people in Little Canada. On September 28, 2024, Sam left Minnesota with plans to travel to New York to meet his online girlfriend. He had plans of returning home in 2 weeks, but that would never happen. Family and friends noticed that prior to him leaving for New York, Sam didn't seem like his normal self. And although his loved ones noticed that he was less communicative than he had been in the past, they didn't think too much of it until they lost contact with him early in December of last year.
Julie, investigators are calling this one of the most horrifying crimes they have ever seen. Sam Nordquist was a transgender man from Minnesota who traveled to New York in September to meet his online girlfriend. His family says he bought a round-trip plane ticket, but never returned home.
Patty's Lodge Motel in Hopewell, New York was the site of a police search warrant yesterday, as investigators say it was the last place Sam Nordquist was known to be staying. Nordquist, a transgender man from Minnesota, was found dead in a field in a nearby county after investigators say he was tortured for months.
Based on evidence and witness statements, we have determined that Sam endured prolonged physical and psychological abuse at the hands of multiple individuals.
These 5 people, ranging from 19 to 38 years old, have each been charged with second-degree murder and are being held in jail without bond.
This is by far the worst homicide investigation that our office has ever been a part of. The facts and the circumstances of this crime are beyond depraved.
3 days ago, Sam's sister Kayla posted a GoFundMe to raise money so she and her mom could fly to New York and look for Sam.
Today we are learning more about some of the suspects charged with allegedly murdering a transgender man from Minnesota in New York. Joe McCoy has the details.
Morgan, we want to warn viewers that this case is disturbing. Today we learned that at least 2 of the suspects have a criminal history that includes and distribution of child pornography. This adding yet another layer to an already twisted and horrifying case.
We uncover new details tonight on the alleged killers of Sam Nordquist from Oakdale, Minnesota. According to the New York State Registry, Patrick Goodwin, one of the 5 suspects charged with second-degree murder in Sam's death, was sentenced to 10.5 years in prison in 2015 for first-degree sexual against a and a 9-year-old girl. He was released from prison in 2023.
These people that did this to Sam are pure evil. They're not even human.
Sam's mom, Linda, still can't wrap her head around how these people could allegedly do such a heinous crime to her son. According to the sex registry, Goodwin lived at Patty's Lodge Motel in Hopewell, New York. This is where, according to court documents, Sam was tortured and killed sometime between January 1st and February 2nd.
I don't understand, and I never will, ever. I don't get it. And I'm so heartbroken. I'm numb.
Another suspect, Kyle Sage, was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison in 2022 for 4th-degree grand larceny and first-degree distribution of pornography, according to the New York State Department of Corrections. He was released from prison in May of last year. Investigators have not commented yet on the relationship Sam had with the 5 suspects.
Community members gathered tonight to offer comfort and support in hopes of showing love for the victim's family and each other. Gio.
That's right, Teresa. Those who organized tonight's vigil told me love was all Sam was after. Out of respect for everyone present, we were asked to keep cameras out of the vigil, but those who spoke say this is a chance to come together, watch out for each other, and figure out what to do next in the wake of what they call a tragedy.
What happened to Sam was a horrible, horrific tragedy.
At Wood Library in Canandaigua, it was standing room only with people outpouring their support, devastation, and frustration. The church down the street opened its doors to a full crowd of participants. The Nordquist family was at Monday's vigil. Emotional, some speakers offered an apology directly to Sam's mom and sister, saying, quote, "We failed your son." The Ontario County District Attorney's Office released a statement Sunday stating at this time there is, quote, "no indication Sam Nordquist's death was a hate crime. Organizers think otherwise."
It was a hateful act, regardless of whether it was a hate-specific crime. Love, what Sam was seeking. I only wish that he had had the opportunity to get that here in our community.
Individuals within the LGBTQ+ community devastated these unimaginable acts happened, with more fear instilled, a common message, a prayer that the torture Nordquist suffered will send a message to others.
Oppression, hatred, discrimination can only exist when the non-targeted group is complacent or silent.
A message all going back to love.
And I only wish Sam had met us, us, not just family counseling, but the community that we love and value here, that we're more than this.
Tonight, we're hearing from Sam's mother for the first time. Adam Chodak has our story.
The three stood in the cold night next to the car they drove from Minnesota right to the state police barracks in Canandaigua, standing there alone, clutching each other and crying. A mother with her two children, now trying to live in a world without her third.
He would give you the shirt off his back, very kind, loved his family, loved his nieces and nephew, very outgoing, worked hard.
Linda Nordquist says she told her son not to travel here for a girl, but he did anyway. That was back in September.
The last time I talked to Sam was January 1st. And Sam said, it was real short, said, "I love you, I'll call you tomorrow," and I have not talked to Sam's sons. It's heartbreaking. I'm devastated. I have cried so much. My children's cried so much. This is Sam's brother and sister, and they're just devastated. We are a small but yet very close family.
This case has sent shockwaves across the nation, with LGBT organizations calling for a thorough investigation.
Police say because of the ongoing investigation, they can't get into the details, but add what happened in that room shook veteran law men and women to the core.
From early December 2024 to February 2025, Sam was subjected to repeated acts of violence and torture in a manner that ultimately led to his death.
They can rot. They are scum. They are evil. I don't know how somebody could be that evil.
Evil to someone as sweet as Sam, who Linda says was transgender, which makes her wonder about the motive for all of this.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but it's some type of hate crime.
Which leaves Linda filled with anger and grief, but mainly in shock.
It's going to take some time. We just got to be there together as a family, be strong for one another. I don't know. I'm lost for words. Yep. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel. It hasn't really hit me quite yet.
Until it does, Linda will use the small things, like the stuffed animals on her dash she and Sam collected in their travels, to remind her of the good that came before the evil.
Unfortunately, a few days after the arrest of these 5 disgusting individuals, police announced the arrest of 2 more suspects.
Of a transgender man in Ontario County. Ryan Hermanette has the latest from the district attorney as they continue their investigation into the death of 24-year-old Sam Nordquist. Ryan.
Teresa, good evening. New York State Police confirmed the arrest of 2 more suspects in connection to the death of Sam Nordquist. Now, this is on top of the 5 suspects that are already in custody, all charged with depraved indifference. And Ontario County DA Jim Ritz told me it's not out of the realm of possibility for more suspects to come.
When you start bringing more people in, the more disturbing it gets. You know, nothing about it is not going to make it the worst thing I've ever seen.
Thursday evening, 29-year-old Kimberly Sochia and 21-year-old Thomas Eves were arrested and charged for the murder of Sam Nordquist. The suspect count now reaching 7 in total. The Ontario County DA shared with News 8 earlier today, the deeper their office gets into their investigation, the more disturbing it becomes.
You shake your head and you think about what this really means and how did it happen? How did it happen without discovery? And what were people thinking?
He also confirmed Eves is the son of Precious Arzuaga, one of the suspects who Sam originally traveled to upstate New York to be with. His office also learning details regarding 2 children who were living at the Hopewell Motel on and off, leading up to Sam's death. But Ritz says there's more to uncover, and it won't be easy for Sam's family.
I can't tell you, other than the fact this just keeps reopening that wound. This process will be an impediment to them, realizing their reality, their new world without Sam, until we conclude it.
And as state police and the DA coordinate forensic analysis of electronic devices in connection to this case, they hope it will provide more answers.
What he went through is appalling, and we want for his family, for his friends, for his community to understand we are actively moving forward on the journey to justice for Sam. Sam didn't deserve this. In a million years, Sam didn't deserve this.
Rest in peace, Sam Nordquist.